WNY watercooler.com.
Who the fuck is this guy? Hey, who the fuck are you? Huh? Who the fuck are you? Okay, I like it. All right.
In bed all day long, feeling melancholy. You left me here all alone, tears running constantly. Oh, somebody kill me, please. Somebody kill me, please. I'm on my knees. Pretty, pretty, please. Kill me. I want to die.
Welcome back. WNYwatercooler.com podcast. Subscribe to us on wherever you find your podcast, I guess. Steven, we got Coast on the line.
What's up, Steve?
That was pretty bleak season. It was, I couldn't say it was fun. I had fun in one game. So next year we play at Houston, at Indy, at Rams, at Seahawks, probably at Minnesota, and then we have at home Jacksonville, Tennessee, Arizona, and San Fran.
Seems a lot more favorable. Although we have lost to some of the worst teams in the NFL, so I guess I'm not too sure.
Yeah, pick like 17th. Maybe we can move up for a better receiver. But...
Yeah, I mean, there's no sense in tanking when you're not trying to draft a QB. So probably going to finish about 7-10, 8-9, and more likely 7-10.
What a disaster!
And
what an absolute disaster! What a fucking joke!
Yeah, that about sums it up. I think I never in my wildest dreams could have imagined this type of fall from grace, this swift. I mean, it was just like yesterday when we were the darlings of the league, this like up and coming team. And now we're in laughingstock, really.
And the idiots on GR are like talking about the playoffs and shit. Like, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. We just lost again as a big favorite at home. 7-point favorite, and we didn't deserve to win the game, and then we win, but our stupid coach, who takes timeouts incessantly for no fucking reason, doesn't have the correct amount of players out there. And then, after the game says we practiced that. What?
We took time out before that, before the Broncos' final kneel, and it's an inexcusable thing to happen. And it's sort of gone under the radar this week because of the obvious news. But I mean, it's just stupid to even say that can't happen because it's so obvious. Like you have to know exactly what you're doing. You call timeout, you know they're kneeling it, and then they're not running a play. You know they're not running a play. They're either going to kneel it then or kneel it and run the field goal team out or just kick the field goal. Just have your field goal unit out there.
And what they did made no sense. They kneel it or whatever they did, and then they rush the players out there to kick the game winner, potential game winner, as the clock is ticking down. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, they wanted to, but at least they knew what they were doing. It might have been insane. They wanted to leave 0 seconds, and they executed it. I mean, the guy missed the field goal, but, like, they had a plan. If you watch it back, our guy seemed, like, confused. It was crazy. It was crazy what happened. It was crazy that it happened. It's inexplicable. It's almost unbelievable if it wasn't the Bills. Because it's the Bills, it's somehow believable. I just added to the list of the absolutely insane ways this franchise has lost over the years.
And the one touchdown catch they had, like if you throw that pass 100 times, is it caught like twice?
It was a miracle. It really was.
The shit, like it's almost like it's excusing them from losing, but it's just like it's like incredible. I would say unbelievable, but I'm just like, I sit there in the stadium in the same exact spot, and I'm just like, that That'll happen. Like, it would never happen. It shouldn't happen, but it just does. Almost every fucking game.
Yeah, I know. I mean, well, you know what they say, good teams that are poorly coached or teams that are well coached and good teams, they make their own luck, and it's the opposite. I mean, the way we've blown games at the end of games, people laugh about like the the record in one score games, like in 2021 was a thing because every one of our losses, basically, except maybe the Colts game, was by one score. And every one of our wins was blowouts. Last year, we did win a couple close games. Great. But, I mean, there's something to say for it. When you're every one-score game, like, for the most part, I just feel like we're going to lose. And it's coaching. It's coaching. It's simple. It's just simple stuff that shouldn't happen.
It's the mindset, the preparedness, you're just ready for the moment. And this coach is not. Yeah, he's won a lot of games. But I mean, even the big games, we almost lost to the Dolphins last year in the playoffs. We almost lost to the Colts in the playoffs. We beat Baltimore that year, 2020, because of a great play by Lamar wasn't up. He didn't play well, but we have a defensive back that makes an amazing play where they could have been winning on that play, and then
it tied the game. But yeah, the Dolphins game last year. I mean, it all started with 13 seconds. Like before that, it all started with 13 seconds. I mean, that was a fireable offense in itself. Then the coaching in the playoffs last year, carrying on to this year, he's getting a free pass for this 12 men on the field. I mean, it was just an egregious error, honestly. I mean, you can't defend it. Oh, we have a block coverage and a regular. No, you know what they're doing. Just put the guys you want out there for the field goal. You guys are ready. You have nothing to worry about. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just like they're scared of the play that's never going to happen. Like he's not going to call an audible as the time is running off and throw a pass. They're not going to do a rollout pass.
They're not running a play. It's like, you're right. It's like he's worried about exactly. But the way that we were unsure and the defense running off the field, and I mean, it's just confusion that just cannot happen. And, it's just can't happen. I mean, it just can't happen. And I don't know, man, if they finish the way the season, I feel like the season's going to finish, it's really going to be tough to convince the fan base that he's worth bringing back next year.
Yeah, their one great playoff win was against Mac Jones, who's not even going to be in. He's not going to. He might start 3 more games the rest of his career. Belichick will be out. I mean, that was their one great win in the playoffs. I mean, the Chiefs game, the 13-second game. I mean, that was pretty much all Allen. I mean, the defense just every single drive they're giving up touchdowns, huge plays.
The Patriots game. There's not like you needed good coaching for that game. It was all Allen.
Yeah.
It was all Allen. It's not like it was a well-coached game. I mean, the offense scored 6 TDs their first 6 drives, and we're supposed to credit McDermott for that?
Yeah, I mean, that's Daboll and Allen. And it's Mac Jones.
He was outclassed against the Bengals in the playoffs at home. It's just – it's just tough. It's sad. It just sucks all around. And, I can't believe we're in this position right now, 5-5. You could have told me we were going to have a come back to earth type season, but not like this.
Yeah. Okay, fine. They go 10-7 because they run into some bad games, but you lose to the Patriots and the Jets. And then
Patriots? Oh my God. Yeah.
That game, I mean, it doesn't even make any sense. It's unfathomable, that game.
The Patriots are one of the 2, 3 worst teams in the league. And Mac Jones has been embarrassingly bad. He just gets made fun of every single week. And then when he plays us, he goes 25 of 30, 2 TDs, no picks, almost 300 yards, leads a game-winning TD drive in a minute. Yeah, here we are, firing Dorsey. That's all that we need to do. Yeah,
they fired Dorsey because he doesn't know how to put 11 people on a fucking field goal unit out there. Like, obviously, we're not firing him if they win. The Bills would be 6-4, and with what's happening in the league, I mean, 6-4 right now, you got to feel good about your chances of getting in the playoffs.
I mean, I think you're probably right about that, but I feel like McDermott has wanted to fire. It's almost like he threw the game just so he could fire Dorsey. Obviously, that's not true, but it just seems like he's wanted to fire Dorsey for quite some time.
I don't.
But now
why is there such a thing between them? Dorsey seems like. I mean, I feel like maybe he was embarrassed when he threw that temper tantrum against the Dolphins, and that was his first game or third game, second or third game.
Dude, I think you can third game. I think you can make the argument now that, and I wouldn't argue against it, that McDermott, you know, he talks the talk about like it all stops with him or whatever. Yet he blames everyone else for everything. So I think he's been looking for a scapegoat, and Dorsey's the easiest one. But now he's out of excuses.
Yeah, I mean, it's these next 7 games. They're 5-5. They go. I mean, you have to go 4-3, and even that is not a good year.
4-3 is not going to get it done either. I mean, they got to go 5-2. I'm not even entertaining the conversation unless they beat Philly to get to 7-5 at the bye. And if they, you know, that's the only way I'll even like talk about it. I just think it's such a unrealistic.
Talking about the playoffs, the way that the team looks, they just. I mean, even Allen he sits there, and he just looks like there's nothing there. He just has a blank stare.
I don't like the look on his face at all. I don't like his body language on the sidelines. There's a lot that I don't like about what I see from the team. That includes him. I think his play has been great, though. I still am one to think that the offense hasn't been the problem this season. But it just, we got to blame. So I'm not going to defend Dorsey like we shouldn't have fired him. I think it's fine. We have to make a change, whatever. But, man, to fire him the day after your defense once again blows the game and the 12 men, you know, it's just, to me, it's just a bad look on the organization. It looks pathetic for McDermott. Like, pathetic. I mean,
it does not look good for McDermott the way he does it. Yeah, I mean, after that game, is anyone really clamoring for Dorsey to get fired? I mean, the week before maybe, but after that game, I didn't hear like a groundswell of. I mean, there's always the people that just will always bitch about the offensive coordinator. That's been going on since Teddy Marchibroda. I mean,
dude. I think what's going on with the offense is simple. Really. I think there's 3 things going on with the offense. One, they just got to stop turning it over. And like, it's really, you know, just stop doing that. They've had 13 turnovers in the last 6 games. Number 2, fuck was number 2? Can't remember number 2. I'll come back. Number 3, I feel like our expectations number 2 was Allen just has to run. Like, I think, not only is that a good play for us when he runs, but I think it gets him more like into the game. And number 3, I feel like we're still like our expectations are still like the Patriots and Chiefs games from the playoffs 2 years ago, which is those are unrealistic expectations, and that's not how. Like, those are outliers. I mean, they've had a really good offense, but like we can't expect them. Like these guys on WGR just think that they should be able to throw the ball up and down the field and score at will. Like, that's not the NFL. Just because we did that for a stretch.
They do have higher expectations because we've had stretches where they're just dominating. But yeah, I've been saying it the whole year. If Allen's not running, he's a pretty good quarterback. If you take the running away, which they have, whether it's McDermott or Bean or him or Kenny, whoever it is, he has to run as much. No, he doesn't have to run as much, but he has to have 4 to 6 design running plays every game. Whether he knows how to get out of bounds or slide, that's him. But like we were going to say, you're throwing away this season. You know there's going to be a season where the quarterback gets hurt and he's out for the year. So you can't throw this many seasons away. You only have so much time with this guy.
His running is what makes him unstoppable. I mean, like when he's running like he used to, and then if he's locked in throwing, like that's when they're unstoppable. If you take that away, I mean, they're still doing it in the red zone. Like our red zone offense is really good. Like we score touchdowns when we get down there. Problem is getting down there. So yeah, I mean, you're right. Without him not running, it's obviously much easier to defend. But he's 27 years old. He's in the prime of his athletic career. Like, I don't need to save him for 2027. Like this year, next year, the year after, the next, whatever, 3-4 years, just, teach him how to like slide. If he needs to figure out how to like protect himself a little bit, but like, he can't take the running away.
And it's not
and
like
you're right.
He's not the size of Tua. He's a big friggin' guy. He's huge. He hasn't been hurt. I mean, he gets dinged up. Everyone gets dinged up. It's the NFL, but he hasn't had a crucial injury, really. He hasn't had concussions. So you got to run him.
Got to run him. Absolutely. I mean, he doesn't need to lower his shoulder into linebackers. He doesn't need to, hurdle guys all the time, do all that stuff, but got to run him, man. He's not scrambling either. And it's not like defensives have just discovered that he can run. Like, I'm sure they've been employing some of the same tactics in prior years.
Yeah.
To spy him or whatever. Now all of a sudden he just can't scramble. We used to convert so many third downs with him scrambling and using his legs, and that's just like gone. Maybe that is why. Maybe that's part of why Dorsey got fired. Maybe McDermott doesn't want that gone, and Dorsey's like, what did Allen say in his press conference a couple weeks ago? Like I'm trying to keep like a constantly low positive energy or something, like mellow, like
he's talking about
some bullshit.
Something, something about like he meditating or I don't know what the fuck it was.
Which is fine, but when you're out there, man, you play like just be yourself, man. Don't try and turn yourself into Allen being himself is what made him $250 million. Don't try and turn yourself into something that you're not.
Yeah, it's not scoring 20.5 points a game the last 6 games, and then so we play the Jets. Well, I don't understand this line. The spread is 7. I just looked now. It's Saturday afternoon. How is the spread 7? The games we played the last 3 years, the last year and a half, the Jets overall are 11-15. Against us, they're 2-1. The games have been. I mean, I guess last year we beat them 20-12, but that was their quarterback got hurt in that game, and that game never seemed like we were in control of it really. I mean, we kind of got turnover luck, and we lost 20-17 and 22-16.
Well, yeah, the thing is with the Jets, again, it's like I think last year when we played them at home, we didn't turn it over. So it was like a boring kind of game. It was rainy, it was crappy weather, but we just didn't have any turnovers. And if we just don't turn the ball over, right? What? They had 2 turnovers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just don't turn the ball over, you're going to beat the Jets. It's as simple as that. Their offense is incapable of doing anything. So, and I actually think our running defense has been pretty good. So the Broncos game, I mean, it's like, it seems made up that we would fumble the first play of the game.
Yeah, we take the ball, win the toss, take the ball, and fumble on the first play.
Yeah. And then the Gabe Davis, I wouldn't mind if they benched Gabe Davis. I'm curious to see if they're going to make any.
It's the same fucking route. It's the same route that they throw that gets intercepted. Is it? Maybe it's not. I mean, I'm not breaking down the film, but it seems like it's a pass about 18 yards downfield, and either he's going in and he's supposed to go out, or Allen's underthrowing it, or something. And it's just like, what?
Well, the Twitter film guy said that interception was on Hardy. They said it was like a terrible route. This is why he doesn't play. Like he ran the corner right into where the ball was coming. Like basically the gist was that Hardy's just terrible, and that's why he's not playing. So but you can still use him in like gadget plays. He doesn't need to be out there running routes.
Yeah,
but
we don't do. The only thing that we did that was one like double handoff pass that was it incomplete or something? Like there was no creativity. I mean, I'm glad that Dorsey's gone, I guess, but he wasn't the reason that the Bills are 5-5. I mean,
no, the offense got us the lead late against New England, got us the lead late against the Broncos. Defense couldn't hold up. They got us the lead against the Giants. Defense tried to blow that game. Defense tried to blow the Bucs game, although offensively we also just stopped trying. That's on McDermott, by the way. There's a number of instances where I feel like McDermott has curtailed our offense too. Jacksonville, I feel like we needed a spark, and he had a few chances to go for it, and he just didn't. I mean, obviously, like I said, the Tampa game, we're just punting from their side of the field, like 3 straight drives in the second half, which I didn't have a problem with at the time, but we're talking about offensive production. You know, he's making some of these decisions to end drives where maybe you don't have to. So, I don't know. I think he's got a lot to blame for everything. And sure, you want to replace Dorsey, fine, but where are you going to turn next?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Now, I didn't really finish the thought that they go 4-3. They're what? They're 9-8. They probably won't make the playoffs. Maybe they'll keep them. I mean, that's best case scenario is they go 4-3. And if you go 3-4, you have to fire McDermott. I don't know if Pegula has the stones to do it, and I know that Bean does not have the authority to do it. So
2-5 is in the cards, man. 2-5, 1-6, it's in the cards. I've seen this before. I mean, we haven't had teams with this level of success, but like you think back to like the 2008 Bills or the 2011 Bills where they started 5-1, 5-2. Things start snowballing the wrong direction and they just imploded. Finished 6-10. Not saying that we're necessarily going to do that, but like, look at our schedule, man. You know, I have a tough time finding 3 more wins. On it. So,
but I mean, McDermott. The thing is, our record's been so good the last 3 years, but who are we going to replace him with? Gets me concerned. I don't know. I mean, look who Terry Pegula hires, just outside of Bean and McDermott, which people didn't really love the McDermott hire if we think back to it. But look who he's hired to run his businesses. They all are just scandal-ridden loser idiots. They're just complete. Either Pegula just doesn't interview these guys. They put him in president of the Sabres, president of the Bills. They fired like 3 of these guys. I mean, these are huge hires. These are big, $500 million corporations, basically. I mean, to run the Sabres, that's a $300 million team. The whole business, the whole operation, the arena. Yeah. I mean, these are big things, and he doesn't hire. He hires morons or people that just take advantage of him. Which I don't know what's worse. His wife gets a stroke, and she must have been. I didn't give her enough credit or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Strange, and no one questions anything about it. No one questions Terry. No one questions Kim's. Questioned her before or after for a few reasons, but the media is just. They all have a job because we have the Bills and Sabres, basically. The Buffalo News still exists because we have the Bills. So what are they going to do? They're not going to challenge authority. This whole country is built on the rich having all the money, and we don't question the rich. They're geniuses because they have money.
Our media, I don't know. We never see Terry. I don't know, do other owners ever take questions? Like, or is he just...
I don't know. I mean, whatever. Jerry does,
but he's a GM too. Best case scenario, I guess, for the rest of the season is Joe Brady is like some kind of savant, which I'm not ruling out.
I agree. What I hear of him, I mean, no one's gonna. Oh, he got hired. And they're gonna say he's a fucking idiot. No one's gonna say that. But they say he's genius. They say he's super smart. I mean, he just turned only 34. I mean, he had more tackles as a wide receiver at William and Mary than he had receptions. I was doing a deep dive on this guy. Yeah, I looked it up. He had 3 career catches and he had 4 solo tackles, 10 total tackles. I don't know if it was on special teams. I mean, I didn't go back and watch each game, but yeah William and Mary.
young guy. His 1 year, his OC stint with Carolina. I mean, you can't. I mean, they had Teddy
He had
Bridgewater.
Bridgewater
Like
and Darnold.
So hard to really put too much stock into that. Obviously, he had success at LSU, and I don't know. I mean, Dable, when he came here, didn't have much success as an NFL offensive coordinator, and then went to college. It's sort of a similar path. So
Yeah.
although I guess Brady went college then Carolina, but
I wonder if he is going to have the autonomy, the authority to. Is
do
he
what he
going to
wants.
Is he going to be scared of Shanny coming into the room and saying run the ball or use 3 tight ends or is he going to? I mean, these guys, this is his shot. So yeah, okay, he's only had 4 days on the job. It's a tough, real tough going against the Jets, but he's going to have 7 games, obviously, and
Totally. 7 games shot. I mean, honestly, if he lights it up the last 7 games, he could get some head coaching interviews. I mean, but you're right. It's like, it's an audition for him it's an opportunity. It's like the biggest opportunity of his career.
yeah.
So is he going to let McDermott come in and mess it up? I don't know. I mean, he works for McDermott, so.
Yeah, he's his boss, but also the thing is, was McDermott going to fire him too? I mean, unless it's some sort of gross, negligent thing. Sean, leave me alone. I'm the offensive coordinator. I'm running the offense. You can sit in the meetings or whatever. I mean, I don't even know how it all works, but the guy has got to put his stamp on it and be. You can't do the same thing that Ken did because the offense was okay. I'd say it was okay with their quarterback and they have Diggs.
You're so right though. Like McDermott can't fire Brady.
Yeah.
It's like he just can't. So I don't know. I mean, at this point, McDermott, we're 5-5. What we're doing isn't working. That's why he fired Dorsey. So you would think he'd be willing to change his ways, or I don't know. I don't know what he wants to change. Like, what does he want? He keeps talking about energy. What the hell is that?
No one knows what that means, but they don't think like we think because these guys have egos, or at least I don't have an ego like that. I mean, I'm sarcastic and stuff, but it's not like I'll listen to people when I'm at work. It's like, okay, let's just work and do it. Like, I don't know. Does McDermott think he's just above everybody and just knows more than everyone? I mean, how could he think that? I mean, he probably does think that, but how is it possible to still think that he's infallible? The guy just falls on his face in these huge games.
Who's he accountable to?
No one.
Exactly.
We broke it down. Bean cannot fire him. I would say almost definitively Bean can't fire him. And Terry's just holding on to the reins of a fucking runaway bus.
And our media don't hold these guys accountable either. I don't know. I just felt like they were just way too easy on him for the 12 men. Same thing with 13 seconds, of which he's never answered yet. What happened? Do I have to wait till he's writing a memoir when he's 80 about what happened with 13 seconds? It was one of the lowest points in the history in millions of Bills fans' lives watching the Bills. And we just don't have an answer as to what happened. I don't know. And it's fine. Oh, we'll just let it go. We could have hosted an AFC championship game once in a generation. 7-point favorites, probably. Chance to go to the Super Bowl, and he just completely blew it. And it's just gone in the ether.
And the defensive coordinator's not even here anymore. The special teams coach isn't here anymore.
Right.
Offensive coordinators, the receivers coach, they're all gone. None of them are still here, except him.
I know.
And I don't think they fire him. I mean, I don't know. No, we don't know how the season's going to play out, but if they finish better than 7-10, he's coming back.
Yeah, even if we finish 7-10, I bet you he's coming back. I don't envision a scenario at all in which he's gone.
I don't. At all. It's not like season ticket holders are going to leave.
0%
they have
chance.
us because they have the new stadium coming. The whole thing is just.
What do you want to see change on offense? What can you specifically think that they should do differently?
Well, I wouldn't have Knox and Kincaid on the field at the same time for more than a couple of plays. Some plays you have to run 3 and 4 wide receivers more. You have to try and run a screen pass for once in your life.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Get some of these little dudes in space with the ball. I don't think they ever do that.
I might want to see them bench Davis.
Yeah, he's useless. I don't have a use for him right now.
I would like to see Shakir play like the whole game, like Davis does, and just see how he handles it. And have James Cook get like 80% of the action too. I would do that. I don't need to see. I thought Murray was fine last week, but I just don't need to see him out there as much as he is at all.
Why? We should have ran the ball more, and then you bench Cook, which you're proving a point to not fumble.
Every decision he makes is like he just gets made fun of. It's like I
like real people that really pay attention, like not people that follow Sal Capaccio's fucking every word. Like are just like, whoa, they make fun of this guy. But the fanboy media and like the fanboys that really are not a critical thinking people, everyone makes fun of him for the shit that he's doing.
I mean, I wasn't surprised they benched Cook. They probably made an emphasis all week on just not turning it over and taking care of the ball, and then this guy goes out there and fumbles on the first play.
Well, it was a good play by the defensive player.
I guess. I mean, Cook's fighting for like he's just wouldn't go down. He's fighting for like an extra foot. I mean, maybe that's a situation where it's like, dude, just give it up. But like, I'm not sure that's what you want to teach either. But anyways, but he benched him for like till like the last drive of the. Yeah, like I could see benching him for like a drive, maybe. I don't know. But then Gabe Davis makes a play. Gabe Davis makes a play that might be worse, and he doesn't get benched. And here's the thing I just want to say while I'm thinking about it. We talk about the offense. They've had such bad luck. We've talked about this podcast before. Every bad play is a turnover. Like the ball goes through Davis's hands. Of course, safety's right there. Like it just seems like every mistake. I saw on Twitter this week that we have 8 fumbles and we lost 7 of them. And like Miami, and I think the one that we recovered is the one that Cook like fumbled to himself. And I think Miami has like 16 fumbles and have lost like 4 or something like that.
Yeah, I saw something like that. Where the fumble luck is terrible, and these balls bouncing. The Bills just aren't getting the bounces this year, which I guess we were due for. But
so I saw, I don't know, it was Orlowski or someone tweeted that like Allen he's like actually been one of the best in the league and not having turnover worthy plays since week 1, whatever turnover worthy plays mean. But every time he does, it's a turnover.
Yeah, they're ripping on, like he was saying that he doesn't have a turnover problem, and the rest of the people on the show are laughing about it. Which,
like, I mean, you remember when we played Miami? First drive of the game, Tua throws a pass over the middle, gets tipped by like 4 guys. Their guy catches it. Yeah. Next drive, he throws like a jump ball to the sideline that goes like through our safety's hand. Their guy catches it. They fumbled and recovered. I don't know. I do feel like that passes the eye test. All that stuff about turnover luck.
Well, their hope is that it evens out, I guess. I mean, this Jets game, I cannot believe the spread is 7. Every game we play him is almost the same. 289 yards total, 117 passing, 310 yards total, 136 passing, 309 total, 233 yards passing. Those are the last 3 against the Jets. It's like almost, it's exactly within 20 yards of total offense. All 3 games.
Well, if you're trying to win this game, you just run the ball. They have the 2nd worst rushing defense in the NFL. Just run the ball, punt, don't turn it over, and, use Allen's legs, play action pass, a lot of under center. That's another thing I'd like to see change, is just get us under center way more.
Being in shotgun and running the ball at the 2-yard line is just like, why are you doing that? It doesn't make any sense.
It really is just like a simple formula to win, to beat the Jets. You don't have to do much of anything.
I would just watch the games that they got smoked. Maybe not smoked, but they gave up 30 to, I think, the Raiders and Broncos or a couple games, whatever the games were. Just watch how you score and do that.
The Chargers game, they lost 27-6, and I'm pretty sure Herbert threw for like 130 yards. Like, you just don't have to do anything. It should be a simple. It should be your easiest game plan of the season. And
it really is not do much and wait for the Coug Hunter to friggin' give you the ball.
Yeah, exactly. And don't give him the ball like a 30 or your own 30. So, but can we do that? Is Allen capable? Are they just like checked out?
Yeah, I mean, how they come out in the first quarter is going to be interesting. Are they motivated? They're all sulking. Oh, it sucks. We got Ken fired. Well, yeah, it was your guys' fault. So how are you going to come out now? Do you think the season's over, or do you guys think that you're a great football team, or you're great players? I mean,
the fact that this team is the fact that they're 5-5 and tied with like the teams that they're tied with is truly remarkable. Houston, Indy, the Raiders. I mean, look at they should all be embarrassed.
They have the same record as the Colts. I don't care who the Colts played.
Neither do I. Same with the Raiders. They have the same record as the Raiders. They have a worse record or the same record as Houston. Houston's over-under this year for wins was like 4.
Yeah. Everyone was ripping on them for not having a first-round pick, and now they're like, I still don't understand how they lost to the Panthers, but.
Yeah, it's just the team should be ashamed. I mean, McDermott should be embarrassed. I mean, he doesn't come off that way in press conferences. He like thinks it's like, oh, it's good, but no.
Yeah, he'll sit there and clap, and I don't know. Well, what's your prediction for this game?
Oh my God.
I like how every week you're kind of surprised that I'm asking you to score.
Well, it's just, I have zero clue what to say, honestly. I mean, I think the Jets win 19-17. Last second field goal.
Taking the wife to the game? I'm sitting with her. And I hate the Jets. I hate the fucking Jets. I can't really predict this win either. I mean, we're definitely not going to score more than 20 points. We averaged 17.7 in the last 3.
Just score 17 points and have 0 turnovers, and you win by 10, literally. Like, you win 17-6, basically.
Unless Breece Hall goes off, which certainly is possible. But they don't even use Breece Hall that much, which I'd never understand.
Team is a joke. They're terrible.
Yeah,
they're just
their coach.
I hate their coach. I hate everything about them.
This team, the Bills should come out with their hair on fire or pants on fire, whatever it is, and just I would think, but I don't know. I'm not paid millions of dollars to play a game, I guess, but
I just don't care about us throwing the ball up and down the field. Like, I know that's what all like WGR, all those guys want to see us do. Like, I just don't care. I want to see like competency from a game plan perspective. I don't know.
I'd like to think that they come out and play well. I'll say I predict 20-17 win. I just this season really just.
What type of score would be like make people happy? You think
30-10, 30-3. Maybe at least 4 touchdowns.
24-6, something like that. I would take.
Yeah. I mean, the only way to like make real people, like have any type of like positive feeling for the rest of this season is, 3-score blowout, like a 17-plus point win, which doesn't even seem possible.
3-score blowout where you feel like you just absolutely dominated them. But
425 home game. I don't even remember the last time. Denver.
Was it 425?
Yeah.
Or did they move us back to like regular 4 o'clock?
No, I think it's 425. I don't remember the last one. But...
Nance and Romo, national game, rough.
Well, we'll see you at the lot at noon.
Another one. Yeah. All right, later.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gutter hope. All about my bills like Buffalo. Shit, I'm all about the bills like Thurman Thomas.
We're not making a playoff.
I don't tip, I pay bills. Bitches call me Buffalo.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.